All right, everybody, thanks for joining us here today as Ohio State is getting ready for the Cotton Bowl tonight against the USC Trojans. Hope everybody had a great holiday week. Hope everybody had a good Christmas as we're getting ready for New Year's. But what better way to start off the new year with hopefully a new bowl game championship for the Buckeyes as they get ready for the Cotton Bowl tonight against the USC Trojans. Pretty big game for the Buckeyes coming in. Um, Anytime that you got a big bowl game like the Cotton Bowl, something like that, it's still big. Yeah, Ohio State, this isn't what you wanted if you're a Buckeye fan or if you are the Buckeyes because you didn't want to play in, some bowl game like this. You wanted to be in the playoffs. You wanted to be fighting for a national championship, but you're not. If you're USC, you're coming in, you're very happy. They won the Pac-12 since 2000, the first time since they won since 2008. It's been a nice year for them. Everybody knows about Darnold. Sorry, not Donald. Who the hell is Donald? Sam Darnold, probably going to be one of the first two quarterbacks taken in the draft. The dude's a phenomenal player. You have Ronald Jones. Dude's a solid running back. Rushed for basically 1,500 yards this year, 18 touchdowns. He's a hell of a running back. Very solid. I mean, it's a good USC team. It really is. They're a very solid USC team, but it's just this is the first time we actually seen a USC team kind of pick up where they're supposed to be. Usually you see USC, they're usually a pretty big powerhouse. But out of the Pac-12, it's been Washington and, well, now not Oregon. Oregon hasn't been relevant since they went to the national championship against Ohio State, and we all know who won that. But the USC really trying to keep their, the big boy status in the Pac-12 right now. Would be a huge win for them against the Buckeyes, especially because right now the Big Ten is running through this bowl season. Yes, they're only 2-0, but hey, we're 2-0. Michigan State, hell of a win. Shout out to them in the Holiday Bowl as they took out Washington State last night. But if you're a Buckeye fan, you're getting ready for the very last game ever for JT Barrett in a Ohio State uniform. Probably huge emotions running through him today. Probably throughout the entire week for him, honestly. I don't think he's ever really thought about what his last week as a Buckeye would ever be. But hey, he's a competitor. He's always been. He's a hell of a leader. And he's getting ready for the last game. And ironically, the guys from Texas, I remember when we recruited JT, I was like, all right, we're getting this guy from Texas. Pretty solid quarterback. I remember watching highlight film on him. And now this guy's getting ready for his last game ever as he's leading the Buckeyes in the Cotton Bowl in Texas. So I'm sure he's got a lot of family there. I'm sure that he's going to be playing his heart out tonight. But when it comes down to it, I want to see Ohio State run the ball. Ohio State's got to get J.K. Mike Weber going. You got to be able to throw. It's all like everybody knows all year. You got to be able to throw the ball. This USC team's going to be flying. They got some pretty good defensive backs, but Ohio State's got to be able to throw the ball, and JT's got to be able to just control the game. If you can see that classic JT that you've always seen, where he's so comfortable, he's just he'll take the shotgun snap, and it could be a pass play, but JT knows deep down that these routes ain't gonna work out. He's just gonna take off with it, and that's just JT being JT. JT's a very, very smart player. He's a very smart player. Does he do stupid throws here and there? Yeah, but I mean everybody's going to. But hopefully you just see the classic JT running this offense. I don't think that they should have that much problem unless you get into just horrible play calling. I really don't think that they should have that much problem. I'm not saying that USC is not a bad. I mean USC is the number 8. They're the number 8 team in the country, but I really just think Ohio State, as long as you play your kind of football, you play your style of football, this offense should be able to move down the field. The defense, you just got to stop this running game. I mean, honestly, the running game is what makes Darnold so much better. You're running for 1,500 yards. That's a hell of a stat for a running back. And that really gives a lot more confidence to your quarterback because as a quarterback, knowing that you're going to be able to run the ball and you're going to be pulling a first down, it takes so much pressure off of you because you don't have to worry about making a deep third and long. You're already set up with shorter down. So if Ohio State can win in the trenches, if that front for Ohio State can hold and they can win at the line of scrimmage, I really don't think Ohio State should have really that much of a problem. I really think that their problem is probably going to come in the secondary. And if you're Sam Darnold, I don't think you're going to be throwing at Ward because Ward might be the number. He's for sure top 5 man-to-man corner in the country. But I mean, if you want to challenge him, go ahead. I don't know how good that would go for you, but hey, you're playing at USC, and I'm sitting here making a podcast for 20 people to listen to. So, hopefully the Buckeyes can, like I said, win in the trench. If not, it happens. My prediction for this game tonight, I got Ohio State actually winning this game 38-21. I think JT's going to go out with a win. That's how, come on. If you really think about JT's career, he has to go out with a win. If he doesn't go out with a win, that's got to be rough. Because in full honesty, who knows what JT's going to be doing after this year? JT could be playing in the Canadian League, or he might go whatever his, whatever he graduated with. Who knows? But I don't really see JT going to the NFL. But I mean, I've always been a huge fan of JT. I've always had huge hopes for him. I've always thought that he would come together and finally win a Heisman. He never did, and of course, he never will. But I've always thought he's been a Heisman caliber type player. But come on. Baker Mayfield was just absolutely had a hell of a year this year. There's no way that you're going to do anything. And Lamar Jackson last year was amazing. So, you do what you can, but JT's done what I think a lot of people never really thought he could do. He came in onto the scene as a freshman, got thrown into the fire, and went in, led his team to the playoffs in the very end, and let somebody else win the national championship. But JT's always been the captain. He's just that player who's always done everything right. He just doesn't have that talent to make it to the next level, which, it sucks to see because, as a Buckeye fan, you always want to see a Buckeye go out and tear it up in the NFL, but, that's just not going to be him. And if for some reason he does, then congratulations. I hope you prove me wrong. I love getting proved wrong. But, who knows? You always got time to see what happens, but hopefully we get to see Dobbins, true freshman, absolutely a huge force, huge running back in that backfield for the Buckeyes. Hopefully you get to see him tear it up today. It kind of sucked for the past couple of weeks that the Buckeyes did play, because actually it really did suck the past couple of weeks because we haven't seen the Buckeyes play in almost a month, it seems like. But you get to see J.K. Dobbins go at this USC team, and what you want to see is an Ohio State team, because basically what this game is this is basically the Rose Bowl, which you would see the Big Ten champion, which Ohio State, Big Ten champion, who didn't make it into the playoffs, but, it happens. Usually they'll go out and play the Pac-12 in the Rose Bowl, but the Rose Bowl is actually a playoff game this year, so you're not going to see that. You're seeing the Cotton Bowl, which is their version of the Rose Bowl, basically, is what happened. So congratulations, Texas. You got the new Rose Bowl this year, but hey, I don't think that Jerry Jones needs anything else going on. Jerry Jones got a lot going on with his Cowboys not making the playoffs. But, hey. But to end the show, just want to give you a little heads up on how the next couple of shows are going. Definitely got to get a Cavs one in the next few days. Got to talk about the Cavs. Cavs getting off of this little Christmas holiday road trip that they were on out in California. We'll talk about the Cavs, Golden State, and we'll talk about the Cavs leading into the next month or so. But we'll definitely get a show in hopefully pretty soon. Like I said, with the Cavs, we're going to get a show in, a little post-game kind of thing in the next couple of days. With the Buckeyes, we'll talk about some of the recruits coming in next year and what the Buckeyes team might be able to do next year. We're going to get into some little off-season baseball coming up in the next couple of shows with some Indians. As well, sadly, as many of you know, we lost Carlos Santana. But until next time, for Foisey and me and everybody else, we would like to wish everybody a happy holiday, and hopefully you guys all welcome in the new year in a great way. Until next time, this is the Real Sports Talk Show. I'm your host, Paul Jacobit.